This segment of Google Wednesday is going to demonstrate how to use the workspace of Google Slides to make more engaging and interactive activities for your students. So we've been talking a lot about the versatility of Google Slides, and this week we're going to extend that conversation to discuss the workspace of Google Slides. So when you're creating student activities in Google Slides, remember to use this workspace, and this workspace is this gray area around your slide. And as you can see here, I've got some extra graphics, or in this case numbers, that I can use in this equation. Now, to get this graphic, I went to a great math resource called openmiddle.com, and I used my snipping tool, and I just snipped this graphic. Of course, it's not the same one that's on my other slide, but then I could just copy this and add it to my slide. I did the same with the directions. I just highlighted over the directions, copied them, pasted them into my slide, and then reformatted them to get the size that I wanted to use. Now, to get these digits over here in my workspace, I just used the text tool and created a text box, and I typed a number in there and then highlighted it and made it the size that I felt would be appropriate to fit in these boxes. And now all students need to do is just grab that, wait for the 4 arrow, and they can just grab these out of the workspace. Since the directions say use digits 1 through 9 at most one time each, students can then, or pairs of students, can work together to figure out this equation. So they might use this just as their kind of like a sandbox to kind of experience or experiment with the different numbers, and then use a piece of paper and pencil to try to work out the equation. And then when they finally have it working the way they want to, they can write their answer down here, comment section of the slide, and now they can share this back with you as a teacher. Another example of using the workspace is this problem. Here's a math problem that I also found at OpenMiddle. So you can see here that I have a number of coins in my workspace. Students can drag the coins over. They can kind of manipulate these coins. They can add them up and figure out the answer to this question. A really simple way to get a lot of graphics, like with these nickels, is to use this Explore button. And I know I've talked about this before, but if I type up here in my search box, let's say I'm gonna look for nickel, and I'm gonna add the letters PNG, meaning I'm looking for a picture of a nickel that has a transparent background. And of course it's gonna come to my web results first, but if I click on images, I can grab one of these images, and it should just add it. Once you click the plus, it just adds it in here. I can resize it, and then what I do is I say remove here, but what I do here is I just say copy, and then you'll notice paste is Control V on your keyboard. So I just keep hitting Control V until I have how many ever I'd like to use. I take my mouse and highlight all of them, and then I use the arrange button and I say align all of them to the top and arrange all of them to the center, and now I have a whole stack of them that I can move off into my workspace. And if I click away from there, you'll notice that I can now just drag those one at a time out of the workspace onto my problem solving space. One last quick example of how to use interactive Google Slides and the workspace is this one, where you can see we've put pattern blocks here. And this follows the same formatting as what we did with the coins, in that I can just drag out the different pattern blocks and use them to create pictures or to work as a math manipulative. And so what happens here is that the first slide was created, a slide like this with a blank workspace and all of the pattern blocks, and then that slide was just duplicated many times so that students, when they're using this, can use it with a variety. They have a lot of different workspaces that they can play with. There are lots of ways to use Google Slides to create interactive activities for your students. And if you have any questions, or if you'd like to know more about how to create some of these interactive Google Slides, you know where to find me. Just give me a call or shoot me an email. And I just hope that you get an opportunity to try this out for yourself. Thanks for watching.